Are we live? Hold up, wait a second. Is it Tano Tuesday already? Is it time? Is it time? Oh, wait, no, we got 3 more hours. We got 3 hours, but that's okay. We're going to predict all the things we think are going down in this Ahsoka episode. Let's be honest, guys, it's going to be insane. Dave Filoni directed, putting into movie theaters. It's going to be freaking wild. So can we get some hype into the chat? Because what's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. So we got a lot to predict tonight, a lot to talk about tonight. Whether or not this MUSTAFAR scene still happening, what we're actually going to see, Clone Wars flashbacks, possibly Rex, maybe even Luke Skywalker. Is this Anakin really evil or not? What do we know? What do we think we know? And what are we speculating about? So it's going to be a very, very fun stream. So come in here and smash a freaking like on this video. And let me open up this chat real quick so we can get some hype in the chat. A lot of you guys were here early, which was amazing. We were chatting it up in the chat before the stream even started. Shout out to Ara and Ringo and Austin and your pal Joe and Michael and then Sean and XD and all of them. Dennis and J1DRZ and Star Wars 2. What's up? What's up, everybody? Okay, let's dive right in. Okay, out of 10, rank it out of 10. Where is your hype level at for this episode that's in 3 hours? Where is your hype level? How excited are you? Out of 10, tell me in the chat. Because I've been at like way over a 10 since last Tuesday. And I don't know if that's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just want to know if you guys are at the same level of hype that I am, because it's been almost like the longest week of my entire life here waiting for this episode, because Dave Filoni is directing. It literally is being put into movie theaters, select movie theaters. Anybody in here like getting out of here to go see it in the movies, or anybody get a ticket or no? Anybody? Wow, I said out of 10, guys. I said we got 10,000. What looks to be over a trillion, another trillion. Yeah, okay. We seem hype. And yes, watch party tonight. Yes, Star Wars 2. There will be a watch party at 8:30 is when it will start. 8:30 is when it will start. That's when we'll do the watch party. All right, let's dive right in. Well, let's recap the end of last episode. Okay, I got my notes here. I took a bunch of notes for today's stream. So it ended with Anakin, of course. It ended with Sabine, Baylan, and Shin and Morgan Elsbeth jetting off to this new galaxy. It finally happened. The Eye of Sion jets into hyperspace. It coordinated the coordinates using the map on the planet of Cetos. It happened. Nobody's following them because we saw Baylan so badassedly, it's a word, look it up, put his lightsaber into the map and destroy it. We also see Ahsoka die at the end of this episode, where she falls off the cliff, waking up in the world between worlds with her master, Anakin Skywalker. Now, we don't know if he's an evil version or not. We don't really know. We don't know yet. Let's pull it up right away. Pull it up right away. Do we think Anakin's evil? Do we think this is going to be an evil Anakin? Let's put up a poll right off the bat. Is Anakin, there's going to be a lot of polls tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Is Anakin evil, or just like a bad version of Anakin, or just the son? Like, if you think he's the son or evil or whatever, you're gonna say yes. If you think it's not, you think it's Anakin, the Force Ghost Anakin we've seen from many moons, you're gonna say no. Is he evil? What do we think? I'm gonna try not to lose my voice. Tuesdays go crazy. Tuesdays go absolutely crazy because I gotta keep my voice for like 5 hours of streaming. So I'm gonna be drinking a lot of water. So let me catch up on the chat right now. We had a bunch of people in here early and it was amazing. But we were talking about your pal Joe. He's got the 2-month badge. First person to get to that 2-month badge. If you guys want to become a member, support the channel. We have a lot of fun here. We're going to start a membership Discord this week. We're going to start doing members-only streams because we got 6 members now and we keep on climbing. And we do giveaways. And if you want to be able to get the giveaways, we did 2 pop figures and a shirt already. We're going to be doing more for the finale of Ahsoka. If you want to be able to get all those giveaways, you have to become a member. And by doing that, there is a join button next to the subscribe, or there should be a link in the description below. But your pal Joe is the first ever person to make it to the second month member badge, and he says this is where the fun begins. This badge looks nice. It does look nice. It's a cool shade of blue. It is indeed. XD says, I'll watch this video and then I'll go to sleep because it's 4 a.m. for me when this episode releases. Jeez, XD, that's tough. But cool, you get to have some hype with us as well. Austin Snow says, maybe Ezra and Sabine will kiss. Not in this episode. I definitely don't think in this episode, but I mean, you never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. XD says, according to new leaks, Anakin versus Ahsoka on Mustafar scene was deleted. We're going to get into those leaks. We will get into those leaks. We'll talk all about them. But I don't know if it's tough. It's tough because, first of all, it was leaked. It was leaked that this was a scene in the first place. And now it's being leaked that this scene has been deleted. Who do we believe? Like, it's kind of a mixed bag here. We're going to go over all of it so we can make our own decisions, but we'll see. Holy crap, this poll's at 92% of you don't think Anakin's evil? What happened? Last Thursday, everybody was like, oh, it's definitely an evil Anakin. This is not Anakin. This is the son. This is Vader. This is somebody else. And now we got almost a full-on consensus that he's not evil. Surprise. Surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. What's up, Tony? XD says, I can hear you because I can't hear you because I don't have the volume on now, but I'm trying to read your lips. Good luck with that. Let me just hide behind the mic for the rest of the time. Hey, XD, what do you think I'm saying now? Nico, what's up? Nico says, hey, everybody, super excited for Ahsoka and the Pokemon DLC tonight. Is there a Pokemon DLC tonight? I don't know anything about that. Star Wars 2 says, same, bro. I hope they don't have the episode begin with Ahsoka immediately waking up. I would definitely cry. I need more Anakin. I think you're going to get a lot of Anakin in this episode. I think you're going to get a lot of Anakin in this episode. Now, I don't really know how much, but I'm guessing he's going to be in the majority of the episode. I do think we'll see Ahsoka wake up, like at the end of the episode, but I don't know like when that will happen, you know? You know? XD says, YouTube needs to add live real-time subtitles because I can't have my volume on now. Oh, okay. Let me just write everything I'm saying and then I'll just put it up. You ready? I'm not doing that. Sorry, XD. Honey Badger, what's up? Honey Badger says, a late attendance, but a expected one. What? Star Wars 2 says, Ahsoka gonna meet them and they're going to go into the world between worlds and rematch Balin. Gonna meet who? I'm confused. Oh, Sabine and Ezra. I get you. Austin says, smash a like. Yeah, what are you guys doing? Smash a freaking like on this video. Are you kidding me? Star Wars 2 says, or she becomes Ahsoka the White because time moves slower on Mortis and she'll return and destroy Balin. I think she will end up being Ahsoka the White after this. I think she will be Ahsoka the White when she comes out of the world between worlds. Retconning that ending of Rebels. So all you people who came at me in my freaking retcon of Rebels video, see where that goes. Oh my God. So I did this video. You guys watched the video I did on Sunday about Luke being in the Ahsoka show? Give me a 1 into the chat if you watched that video. So I did a video about Luke Skywalker being in the Ahsoka show. And I get it. It's a crazy theory. But when you really, really think about it, it's not. He was in Mando Season 2. He was in A Book of Boba Fett for almost the entirety of a whole episode, and he's already had a conversation with Ahsoka. So, and he's the son of Anakin. So it's not that far-fetched. But with that being said, so many people came at me in the comment section was like, you're stupid. This theory sucks. Oh, why would Luke be in this show? Luke would take away from the entire show. He was in Book of Boba Fett. He was in The Mandalorian. Like, why is it so crazy to think that he could be in the Ahsoka show? Why is it so crazy? I don't know. I hope it comes true, though. I really, really hope it comes true because then at the end of the video, I can go, hey, you idiots. You're stupid. But, you know, I'm not that kind of guy. Sean James McLeod says, I think there were clues that definitely was more to it. I think there were clues, but there's definitely more to it. I don't know what you're referring to, but yes. Dennis says, look at trading cards Ahsoka on Malachor. What the hell is that, Dennis? I don't know what you're talking about. Honey Badger says, hope he's not evil. He's the Father. An equal balance between the dark and the light. That's why he got the Jedi theme and the Imperial March theme. I think that's probably where we're going. I think that's probably where we're going right now, is with Anakin as the Father on Mortis. And I think this episode and the Ahsoka show in general is going to actually solidify Anakin Skywalker as the chosen one. I do think that's what's happening here. I think Dave Filoni is finally going to be like, he is the chosen one. He is the Father on Mortis. He is keeping the balance between the dark and the light and the Force. Because the sequel trilogy, and many people have pointed this out to me, really neglects the fact that Anakin Skywalker is the chosen one. It doesn't even mention Anakin Skywalker until the last movie where you hear his voice. They talk about Vader a little bit. They talk about Ben's grandfather a little bit, but they never really talk about Anakin Skywalker. And it's crazy because he's the chosen one. The first 6 movies are the tragedy of Darth Vader, of Anakin Skywalker. He is Star Wars. So to have a whole trilogy that doesn't even talk about him is a little bit ridiculous. So I think Dave Filoni here in this next episode that we're about to watch is going to solidify, without any ounce of doubt, that Anakin Skywalker is the chosen one. And I think by the end of this episode, we're all going to be like, okay, even though he wasn't in the sequel trilogy, this is where he is. He's still the chosen one. He still fulfilled the prophecy, and we're still on the right track here. I think that's what's going on, for sure. Obi-Wan's High Ground says, yes, sir. What's up, Obi-Wan the High Ground? How come Anakin is back and I'm not Disney? What? How come Anakin is back and I'm not Disney? I would assume you're not Disney. And how come he's back? Because Anakin is the chosen one. And having Star Wars for 11 years with Disney that didn't involve Anakin was just weird. He was in Clone Wars Season 7, and that's it. So it was weird to have Star Wars and not the chosen one. Now, of course, if you went before the prequel trilogy, before Anakin Skywalker existed, the chosen one wouldn't exist. But having stuff after, even involving his kids, makes no sense, and that's why Anakin's back. He is the chosen one. He is indeed. Let's try and break the record tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The record for concurrent viewers, whatever the hell you want to call it, is 28. We are at 25 right now, but I think we could beat it. I think we can beat it. Star Wars 2 says, I want to see Hayden speak like Vader does so bad. Oh, like the back and forth type stuff? Oh, that would be so good. The only thing, or not the only thing, but Obi-Wan did one thing correct, and it's Anakin Skywalker. Although the deep fake, de-aging, whatever you want to call it, in that second to last episode with Anakin when he was supposed to be a Padawan was pretty bad. It looked like a 40-year-old Padawan, let's be honest. But in that finale, the going back and forth between James Earl Jones' Darth Vader voice and Hayden Christensen's Anakin voice, chills. Every freaking time, chills. It's already one of the most iconic scenes in Star Wars now, just because of that performance. But yeah, I do hope we see something like that too. Star Wars 2 says, it's bound to be big if it's in the theaters. That's true too. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. It's bound to be big if it's going into the theaters. Something huge is happening tonight. I don't know what it is. I think we're gonna speculate about what I think it could be, but something enormous is happening tonight. And maybe it's a bunch of smaller big things. Maybe it's a bunch of small big things that add up to this gigantic, awesome experience. But there had to be something to put this into the movie theaters. This is episode 5 of 8. It's not like episode 1 was in the movie theater or the finale was in the movie theater. This is episode 5, right in the middle of the season almost. It's weird. So there has to be something big going on. And obviously Dave Filoni's directing it, but there's something bigger going on here. Nico says, I really don't want them to be romantic interests. Oh, you're talking about Sabine and Ezra? I think that's bound to happen. I think it's definitely bound to happen because Sabine wouldn't do this if it wasn't for holy crap, I just got distracted so hard by Diamond Figs. What's up, Diamond Figs? I'll get to that in just 1 second. I can't even remember what I said because you just sent in a super chat and it really got me excited. Okay, 1 sec. I think that they're going for the Sabine and Ezra romance because Sabine wouldn't have went with Baylan. She would have destroyed the map if she didn't have romantic feelings for Ezra. I know they're best friends. I know they had 4 seasons together in Rebels and they've become very, very close. However, I still think they're going for the romantic relationship because Ezra Bridger has been in love with her literally since the beginning of Rebels. Let me get to Diamond Figs because what a generous, absolutely generous $5 holler from Diamond Figs. Says, we are hours away from something huge. Excited? Nervous? We are about to get peak. I do think we're about to get peak Star Wars right now. I mean, last week, we're at 28. 28's the record. Let's break it. Last week was an 11 out of 10. I literally said, and I explained it, it broke the scale because I've given some other episodes 10 out of 10. I've given some episodes 10 out of 10 before, but last week was an 11 out of 10. It broke the scale. Could this week be actually better? And Diamond Figs, if you're still in here, do you think it could be better than last week's episode? Because, of course, I'm nervous. Yeah, and you said excited. I've been excited since last Tuesday. But could it be better than Episode 4? Episode 4 had 3 incredible lightsaber duels, had the craziest reveal of the World Between Worlds and Anakin Skywalker, who, by the way, looked freaking amazing. Could it top that? I get we could be getting a whole freaking episode of Anakin, a whole lesson maybe from Anakin, but could it be better than the last episode? What do you guys think? Do you think it will be better than the last episode? Give me a 1 into the chat if you think it'll be better than last episode. What do we think? What do we think? And thanks again, Diamond Figs. That is extremely generous and much love to you. Rem says, is how Ahsoka saw him last? Oh, it's how Ahsoka saw him last. That's true. But wouldn't Anakin be the Force ghost that we see in Return of the Jedi? Let me pull this up for you guys real quick. Return of the Jedi Force Ghost Anakin. Let me show you this. Return of the Jedi Force Ghosts. So Anakin in Return of the Jedi is clearly not wearing the same outfit that he is in this show. Okay? Anakin in Ahsoka. By the way, I still can't get over how amazing this freaking deepfake is of Anakin. It's just so freaking good. Holy crap. It's amazing. But this, whoops, let me pull that down a little bit. Right there. Boom. This is not the same look as this. I mean, look, he's wearing these lighter robes that Obi-Wan always wears. Obi-Wan's actually wearing them right here, too. He's wearing the lighter robes. Now, obviously, Return of the Jedi came out first, but wouldn't Dave do the same thing? Dave is very, very meticulous when it comes to details and all this other stuff. So wouldn't he have him dressed the same as the last time we saw him as a Force ghost? Or is this not a Force ghost? That's one of the things that pushes a lot of people to the Anakin is evil theory, just because this is not the Anakin we see in Return of the Jedi. Now, maybe it's because, like Badger said, or whoever said that, I completely forget. Maybe it's because this is the last time how Ahsoka saw him. And it really is. This is like, in Clone Wars Season 7, this is how she saw him. But I don't know. I feel like there's something going on here because he would look like this if he was the same Anakin that we know here. She's definitely getting one last lesson from her master, and we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. It's very, very interesting. Very, very. Oh, Rem said that. Star Wars 2 says, if it's deleted, fire the person who made that decision. Oh, deleted. You're saying the Mustafar scene? Let's get into this article. Let's get into this article about the Mustafar scene, and let's talk about it. All right, let's do this real quick. Let me pull it up. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's talk about the. Oh, by the way, Tano Tuesday is trending on Twitter right now. Pretty cool. We were hoping that would become a thing. So there's two things we got to talk about here. There's a young actress who will be playing Ahsoka, most likely tonight, and this Mustafar scene. So let's talk about the Mustafar scene first. All right. Star Wars Ahsoka will reportedly not feature a Mustafar scene between Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano. So let's talk about what this Mustafar scene was in the first place. So months and months ago, Making Star Wars themselves reported that there was this Mustafar scene. Ahsoka would be going back, taking the place of Obi-Wan, and fighting Anakin on Mustafar. That was like 6+ months ago, guys. That was probably closer to 8 to 10 months ago. That was a long, long time ago. And when it came out, it was enormous. It was like the biggest news that happened in a long, long time. Fast forward to literally a few days before the episode releases, where we're going to see this fight. Making Star Wars backs down on what he said. He said, I was wrong. Now let's read this article and see what's really going on here, whether this is true or not. We can come to a consensus as a community here, but let's read the article first. So, this is coming from Bestman Bulletin, but the news is from Making Star Wars. The outlet that first reported an alternate reality duel between Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar was set to feature in the Ahsoka series is now reporting that the sequence has been cut. Back in December of 2022, so yeah, December, we're talking about 10 months ago, Making Star Wars, an incredibly reliable source, sorry, that shared accurate information on Star Wars productions for many years, revealed that they have heard of a scene filmed for the Ahsoka series that featured Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar. These scenes were reported to see a newly christened Darth Vader face off against his apprentice, Ahsoka Tano, played by a younger actress, not Rosario Dawson, in an alternate reality scene taking place inside the World Between Worlds. According to this report, part of the reason for showcasing this scene and various other scenes in the World Between Worlds was for Ahsoka to accept the past and to accept destiny. 9 months on from that report, Making Star Wars has now shared an update on those scenes, and I am sure it will disappoint many fans, okay? So, the Mustafar scene was supposed to show Ahsoka that destiny has to happen. Certain things are destined to happen, and Anakin falling to the dark side was one of them. Making Star Wars took to his YouTube channel today to update his subscribers on what he's heard regarding the 5th episode of Ahsoka. But the tidbit that'll surely get some people talking is that the Mustafar scene was he reported on in December has been left on the cutting room floor and will not feature in episode 5 of Ahsoka. It gets interesting. Here we go. Making Star Wars reiterated his belief that the scenes were shot and that his report at the time was not just wrong, but ultimately the sequence has been axed. You can read Making Star Wars' quote below. So here's what he says. The Mustafar sequence, I believe, has been cut. I say that like I'm not 100% sure that it's been cut. Well, that's good news right there for some of those people who are still believers. He says it's not 100% sure, but I'm fairly certain that it has been cut because somebody that I know has saw the whole thing and was like, that wasn't in the version I saw. Unless they're holding it back, another person who told me a bunch about the World Between Worlds content and what happens there, they said it wasn't in that moment. And that's where I was always told that the moment would exist. And that's why I know they are doing that. That's how I knew they were doing Anakin stuff. Hey, sometimes things get cut and sometimes I'm just wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong on this one. I think it was cut. Now, this is very interesting. Why would this be cut? Oh, wait, I got to move this over a little bit. Why would this be cut? It really makes no sense because, of course, it got leaked out, and maybe that's why it got cut because they didn't want leaks. However, it makes no sense to cut this scene when, if you watched online, the hype for this scene was insane. Wanting to go back to that prequel era, wanting to see Mustafar again, wanting to see this rematch happen between Ahsoka and Anakin would just be so damn cool. Now, there's two options here. It either got cut, and that's just weird, and we won't be seeing that tonight, or somebody's trying to hide something here. Now, he says that his source saw the screening for this whole episode, and the Mustafar scenes weren't in it. Could it be that they're trying to keep it a secret so badly that they're not even in the screenings? That could be the case. Luke Skywalker was never in the screenings for the book for The Mandalorian Season 2. They kept that such a hush-hush secret that nobody knew. Nobody even knew that Anakin was going to be in Episode 4 last week. There's some things that they will not let get out. And if Mustafar is a real thing, although it did come out 10 months ago, they might be trying to cover their tracks to keep it as more of a surprise. And this article coming out leads a lot of people to believe that it's not even happening anymore. So this might be the case where it might not be cut. But let's keep reading. The 5th episode of Ahsoka is set to be one of the highlights of the season, with Lucasfilm showcasing the episode in theaters on Tuesday evening, indicating the amount of confidence they have in the episode and that the episode deserves to be featured on a big screen. I was first. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, you're gonna find the biggest screen near you. Find the biggest screen near you to watch this. I was first to report that Anakin Skywalker. Bespin always does this. They literally always just pat themselves on the back. I was first to report that Anakin Skywalker would appear in the 5th episode of the season, and recently added that I've heard fans would get to see Anakin Skywalker supporting his Clone Wars armor. We'll talk about that. Scenes taking place on Ryloth, and that we'd even get glimpses of live-action versions of the Siege of Mandalore and the Battle of Teth, along with an appearance from a fan-favorite character, Captain Rex. Making Star Wars on his YouTube show mentioned that he too heard of a Rex appearance, and that Rex should sport both Phase 1 and Phase 2 armor, along with adding that they believe the Siege of Mandalore scene is the last flashback that features in the episode. And then it just says Episode 5 comes out on Tuesday. So let's talk about that last part here for a second. I'm going to show my whole face. Clone Wars flashbacks. Now, I do think these will happen, but let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Let's see where that last poll ended, actually. 80% of you don't think he's evil. That's a weird, that's a way different spot than where we were last time. But let's, oh, we went to 29? We got to 29? Record was broken? Oh, wow, I didn't even notice. You guys are the best. 29, we broke it. Let's go. All right, let's try and break it again. Let's break 29. Let's get to 30. Let's get to triple digits. All right, the poll is, do you think we will see Clone Wars Anakin, or just like Clone Wars flashbacks, because it doesn't have to be Anakin. It could be Rex. It could be Ahsoka. Do you think we'll see Clone Wars I just put flashbacks? Yes or no? You tell me. You tell me. I'm going to try and keep up as much as I can, guys, with the chat. I might have to skip a few of your chats. I apologize immensely. I try to read everybody's freaking chats as much as possible, but when we have hundreds and hundreds... Oh my God, we just hit 30. We just hit 30. Sound the alarms. That's crazy. Okay, very hype. If I don't get to your chat, I really, really apologize. I try to read everybody's chat, but if I don't, I apologize immensely. If you have something extremely important, you can always send a super chat. Shout out to Diamond Figs again. Let me scroll back up here to try and get to everybody's chat, but let me get to the current ones here. 30, we broke 30. Brittany says, if Thrawn appears and is done right, I'll be dancing Gundam style. There you go. Yeah, I think we will see Thrawn tonight. I do think we will see some Thrawn tonight. I think this will be the introduction to him, and I've said it on multiple streams in the past, we need him to be done right. He needs to have this insane entrance because he has to be more threatening and scary than Balin, than Shin, than Morgan Elsbeth, than Moff Gideon. He needs to be more scary than almost everybody except for maybe Vader and Palpatine. He needs to be that scary immediately because the people who haven't seen Rebels, who haven't seen Clone Wars, or sorry, I guess just Rebels because that's the only thing Thrawn's in, or read the novels, they don't know who Thrawn is. And they've hyped him up as this big evil character who's supposed to come in and be the heir to the Empire. So he has to have an entrance that really scares a lot of folks. And not only scares a lot of folks, but asserts him as a very dominant, smart, intelligent person that he is. Like in Rebels. His Rebels first appearance is perfection. It's when he captures Hera Syndulla. Hera Syndulla is pretending to just be a native of Ryloth, which she technically is, but she's pretending to not be Hera Syndulla. And immediately when she walks in the room, Thrawn knows who she is, knows everything about her, knows everything about her culture, like he's that guy. So getting Thrawn's entrance in this episode is going to be very, very cool, but it's also going to be, important and really set up what's going on further down the line here. 31, holy shit. Guys, everybody smash a like on this. 31 people. Crazy. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. We got a bunch of new faces in here. I'm loving it. Smash a like on this video, please. MKB says, Ahsoka already knows she can't save Anakin in Rebels. She tells Ezra that he can't save his life. She can't save Anakin. So I don't think that Ahsoka is still dealing with the way that people think. I get what you're saying. You're saying how, like, when they're in the world between worlds, Ezra wants to save Kanan and she understands that he can't. I get that. And I think she knows that she can't save Anakin either. But what I think is going on here is Anakin's going to give Ahsoka one last lesson. Now, Ahsoka's in a real bad place in this last episode. She thinks Sabine dies, literally picks up Shin and chucks her across the freaking room into a rock as hard as she can. So that's pretty crazy. But then you have Sabine come back, and she's like, oh crap, Sabine's still alive. And she's like, what have I done? What have I done? It's very Anakin-esque. And then she gets taken off the cliff. So she's in a weird place. And Ahsoka, everybody's mentioned that Ahsoka's very glum in this show. She's very not as upbeat and happy as she is even in the book of Boba Fett when she has her conversation with Luke. She's not as upbeat and happy. So I think whatever happens with Anakin, whatever lesson she learns, whatever she goes through in the world between worlds is going to bring her out at a better place. And maybe even Ahsoka the White. Maybe even Ahsoka the White, which would be insane. Much love, MKB. Cat's Paws says, I'll take Captain Rex anytime we get him. I know. I really think we will see Captain Rex in live action tonight. I think we will. I think we'll see it. 32? Are you kidding me? I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it. 90% of you guys right now think we will see Clone Wars flashbacks, which is awesome. Finn Wicken says, bring out the good cup in celebration, Mike. I'm not done with this cup yet. The good cup only comes out when I'm done with this one. Yeah. Friggin says, smash a like on this video, you scruffy looking nerf herders. Yeah, what are you doing? Thanks, Friggins. Riza says, a what if scene of is kind of fan servicey. Interesting. If Ahsoka can learn her lesson from a different material, that's just a better story. Yeah, I get that. If you go if you go to that Mustafar fight, that didn't actually happen, and replace Obi-Wan with Ahsoka, you're changing what the world between worlds really means. It's not the same world between worlds that we know. It's Dave Filoni. We're going to watch this video in a little bit here, but Dave Filoni explains what the world between worlds is, and the very first thing he says is it's not time travel. It's a place to go learn about the Force, or learn about the cosmic Force, he says, I believe. So it's a place to go learn, and that's what Ezra goes there. Ezra goes there in Rebels to go learn how to defeat the Empire. He doesn't go there to save Ahsoka. He had no intention of saving Ahsoka. But when he goes in there thinking he's going to learn about the Empire, he really learns that Ahsoka needs to be saved. He also learns the lesson that Kanan's sacrifice was necessary, and that's what makes Ezra sacrifice himself at the end of the show as well. So he does learn a lot when he goes into the world between worlds. But Ahsoka's going into the world between worlds here to learn something. What that is, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Kumar says, hopefully Anakin and Ahsoka talk about it. I hope they talk about everything. I mean, I hope they really talk about everything, because if this is the first time that Ahsoka has seen Anakin since before Revenge of the Sith, since before he fell, there's a lot to talk about. I mean, he did become Darth Vader and rule over the galaxy for like 22 years as a dark side Sith Lord who killed hundreds and hundreds of Jedi. So he's got a lot of explaining to do. And I'm sure Ahsoka's not going to be very open to having a conversation with him at first. You can see the shock in her face. Rosario Dawson's performance is amazing, by the way. But you can see the absolute shock in her face when she turns around and sees Anakin. She's like, Anakin? 34 people. Holy crap, guys. You are the absolute best. Thank you for tuning in. Where was I? Honey Badger says, I think we will get Anakin in his Clone Wars armor at least. I think we will too. And we'll get a younger version of Ahsoka as well. And let's read this article too. While we're at it, why not? Let's read this article about the younger version of Ahsoka. Now, many people thought the younger version of Ahsoka was going to be this girl from Game of Thrones, or House of the Dragon. But now we're getting different reports. See, leaks and rumors, I can literally give you them all day long. Doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean they're right. Sometimes they're right. I mean, we had no idea that Anakin was going to be in that last episode. It was a surprise, and that's amazing. However, we didn't see it coming. We didn't know the World Between Worlds was going to be in that episode, and we didn't know Anakin was going to be in that episode. We knew those two things would be in the series, but not the last episode. Now we're hearing a different cast for this Ahsoka. Let's get into it. Barbie, an Avengers star, rumored to be playing a younger version of Ahsoka Tano. So this girl right here, she played young Gamora in Avengers Endgame, young Gamora in Avengers Endgame, and she was the girl in the Barbie movie, I believe. There's rumors of a young Ahsoka appearing in the Ahsoka series for quite some time, and now a rumor might reveal who is playing the part. So, towards the tail end of last week, a Redditor named Economics Legal 6989 shared on Reddit that they knew who was playing the part of the young Ahsoka Tano in flashback scenes set to appear this week in episode 5. On Reddit, the user danced around the name, but shared that the actress has featured in billion-dollar movies. In addition, viewers of the Star Wars Santa show shared that the Redditor had shared the Green Blatt name in the Discord server. Okay, unfortunately, I did not see the Green Blatt mention, but I did see the Redditor's comment, which has now been deleted, about the actress being in billion-dollar flicks. So, who's been in billion-dollar movies? I mean, 38. Holy crap, guys. What is up? Holy shit. Did we hit 40? Did we hit 40? Holy crap. What's up, guys? Okay. Having a heart attack here, guys. Just kidding. The reason we are covering the comments of this Reddit user is because they have shared accurate information on the 3rd and 4th episodes of Ahsoka days and weeks ahead of their releases. Their information on those episodes lined up with what I had heard, and they've been sharing information of this 5th episode of the series, which also lines up with a report of mine from last week. So, over the weekend, one of the most reliable Star Wars insiders making Star Wars took to his YouTube channel. We just talked about this. Blah, 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 blah. He heard 5, blah, 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 blah. So, Making Star Wars acknowledged that the rumors of Ariana Greenblatt playing a young Ahsoka Tano, which originated from the aforementioned Redditor, with Making Star Wars adding that he too has heard that Greenblatt, by the way, what a great name, Greenblatt, I mean, come on, Greenblatt, it's amazing, was cast in that, and due to the rumors already being out there, he felt comfortable backing it up and not breaking the detail himself. So this is what he says. We walk into a very weird thing here, and I have 2 sources on this, and we have the Reddit leaker thing, and we've heard this now, who is playing the part of a young Ahsoka. So just to be fair, I have also heard that the Redditor leaked it to a Discord chat that it's the girl from Barbie, right? Ariana Greenblatt. I can back that up. The girl from Barbie, Greenblatt, will be young Ahsoka. Some people were like, don't say who it is, but it's already out there, so I can just double down on it, because he obviously didn't want to spoil it for everybody who didn't want to know. So yeah, that's where we're at. Personally, I have nothing to add. Okay. Personally, he has nothing to add. That's great. Okay. That's good. Let's look up a picture of what this girl looks like, and let's come to a consensus of if we think this girl is the right role. Greenblatt. What a great name. What a great name. So she was in the Barbie movie. She was Gamora. Let's take a gander. This was her. I mean, I can't really tell how old she is, because in this she looks like she's 10, but in this she looks like she's 25. She does look like Ahsoka. I mean, she looks like a young Rosario, so that's kind of what we're looking for here. I mean, how old is she? She looks like that's like a 5-year-old girl, and that's like a 30-year-old girl. Age 16 years. What? What? You can't tell me this girl right here is 16 years old. Are you? But what? What? Okay. Well, I think she is a good cast. I mean, what do you guys think? Is she a good cast? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, 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 no, yes. Give me a yes into the chat if you think yes, and a no. Can you guys decipher this one? A yes into the chat if you think yes, and a no into the chat if you think no. Is that too? Should I make it easier? Should I make it a little bit easier? Should I make it a little bit easier? Okay, I think you guys got it. I think it's a good cast. I think it is a good cast if it is true. I think it is. Yes. Mike said okay. He clearly didn't understand it. J1 says okay too. It doesn't make sense. Makeup does things for real. I know, General Grievous. Like, what the heck? 16 years old. That's shocking. That is shocking. Finn says, slap on that orange paint and it will look great. I agree. Let's, I wanted to do this one thing here. Let's pull up the original trailer for the Ahsoka show. Like the OG trailer. Let's do it. Why is it so hard to find the Star Wars YouTube channel? Why does my stream come up first? What's going on here? Star Wars, the channel. Give it to me now. Star Wars Ahsoka official trailer. Let's watch the OG trailer because there's something very interesting going on that many people have come to notice here. Because there's only a few scenes, only very, very few scenes in this trailer that are left. Very, very few. And I'm going to fast forward right to the first one, which is Thrawn. So this is Thrawn in the ship we've already seen. This is the Eye of Sion. We know that that's what's going on here. But what's interesting is what's in the background. We see what looks to be the sky of some planet, but there's a mountain here. Now somebody, I don't know who, some very keen Star Wars fan, keen observation, noticed that this mountain, I know it's just a mountain, guys. We're getting a little bit crazy here, but it could be Mount Tantus. Now, Mount Tantus was introduced in the Bad Batch Season 1 and 2. In the Bad Batch Season 2, we see a lot of Mount Tantus, and Dave Filoni has said in interviews that he did this on purpose. He has introduced Mount Tantus on purpose. In the Bad Batch. Meaning, I think Thrawn's going to Mount Tantus. The same way he does in Heir to the Empire. The same way he does and gets meets Jorah Sabaoth, creates the clone of Luke Skywalker. I think that's all happening. Maybe not a clone of Luke Skywalker. Maybe not the exact Jorah Sabaoth, but something along those lines. Somebody's getting cloned. They wouldn't have set up this whole Force-sensitive clone stuff with Grogu and Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian Season 1, 2, and 3 to not make it pay off with Thrawn getting a freaking clone of Luke Skywalker, of Jorah Sabaoth, of somebody else. Like, we need that to happen. But who do you guys think? Like, would you be okay with a Luke Skywalker clone? I think it would, honestly, and I know, don't get triggered, the sequel trilogy, it would help the sequel trilogy because we know Luke Skywalker goes into hiding and is this old hermit in The Last Jedi, and everybody seems to hate it. But it could help see why he did that. If they cloned him using his midichlorians, cloned him by using his blood, am I too crazy? Calm down, guys. Calm down. But what do we think? Is that Mount Tantus? Do we think that's Mount Tantus? Could that really be Mount Tantus? What do we think? And there's one other scene I want to get to also that involves Thrawn in that trailer as well that we'll do too. Rim says, Luke Skywalker, absolutely. I agree. I would like it. Dominic says, if the Enoch leaks are true, that's true. So the Enoch character, this gold-faced character that could be in this season as well, that could be a bodyguard for Thrawn, could be Force sensitive. What if Mount Tantus, somehow, some way, has the Usalamari? Is it the Usalamari, the Usalamari, or just the Salamari? I never know. But what if they have that, the little creature thing that stops the Force? Now, we know that the, what's the creature from the Clone Wars that gets taken to Mount Tantus? The giant, like, creature thing that feeds off the energy? Somebody help me out in the chat. What is that? Bernard says, why not? I agree. What is that creature in the Clone Wars that gets sent to Mount Tantus? We see it in the Bad Batch again in Season 2. The Zillo Beast. Yes, thank you, Kumar. The Zillo Beast. So the Zillo Beast, its armor or whatever it is, like the skin of it is very, very powerful. It's very, very strong. It's Zillo Beast. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah. The Zillo Beast. Yeah. The Zillo Beast. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. No. So the Zillo Beast armor might be used in some sort of way by Thrawn, maybe in his new army of stormtroopers or something along those lines. I think there's definitely some connection here. For sure. let me scroll up a little bit here and see what you guys are saying. Mount Tantus, yeah, let's get it. Mike says, oh wait, sorry. Cat's Paws says, okay, just hope they dub Ashley Eckstein's voice over though. Yeah, I said this last week, I think on Thursday or Saturday stream, I don't know. I said that I think we will get a young version of Ahsoka in this episode, but I also think that that young version of Ahsoka will be dubbed over by Ashley Eckstein. I don't see a world where Dave Filoni creates an Ahsoka show and doesn't involve Ashley in some way, just in some way at all. Like, she has to be involved, I think. So I think if we do get a younger version of Ahsoka, it will be overdubbed by Ashley Eckstein, and that will make so many fans happy. Oh my goodness, Ashley has been Ahsoka for 15 years now. She was the only Ahsoka for a long, long time, and to many fans, especially female fans, she is that person that like people can latch on to, people really connect to. So yeah. By the way, we have 33 people in here. Can we smash a freaking like on the video? And of course, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the channel and become a member today. Why not? Why not? Support the channel. Hit that join button next to your subscribe or join in the description below. Mike says, I need to see her act the part. Yeah, that's true. We need to see the young actress who's going to play Ahsoka act the part. True. Your pal Joe says, Mike, I was so sad that the trailer I sent to you last night was fake. I know. Joe sent me this trailer and he thought it was real. It's weird that they haven't released a clip from this episode yet. The last 2 weeks of the Ahsoka show have had like a scene from the show, upcoming show, released the day before. This episode hasn't, meaning every single scene in this episode wants to be a surprise, needs to be a surprise for this all to work. So that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. Finn says, good to see he kept the white suit on that whole time. I know, right? How did he keep that suit white the entire time? He's talking about Thrawn. Let's get to that other scene of Thrawn here. How did he keep his suit so white that entire time? That's what I want to know. So this is the other scene of Thrawn. Now I think we're going to see this scene tonight. This scene right here. We got this weird helmet going on here in the background. I don't know what that's about. But what's interesting is these lines, and now it might sound a little bit far-fetched, little bit, stretching a little bit too far. But don't these kind of remind you of Mortis? I mean, just like, of course, it's just 3 lines, and you might be saying, Mike, you're stretching pretty far here. But if you go back and watch the Mortis arc, almost everything, like the floor, the walls, they all have these weird circular shapes, like these lines going through them, like this wall does right here. Now, I'm not saying he's on Mortis. I do not say that at all. But maybe he's at some type of shrine to Mortis or some type of temple or something along those lines. We don't know where Thrawn is in this, what this helmet is here on the bottom. We don't know what's going on here. But we do know that he's kept his white suit very, very white. That's a good call out there, Finn. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Okay, now it's empty. Now we can go to the good cup that follows order. Can I get some good cups follow orders in the chat, please? Please. Please. All right. So that's what I think. I mean, those are the only 2 scenes, really, that are left, except for the one of Harrison Dula coming down to the planet that we've seen many, many times. So I love how your pal Joe has abbreviated it. That's hilarious. Yeah. Finn says, are we going to see Omega? I don't think we'll see Omega. I mean, maybe. She doesn't have accelerated aging. It is possible, but I doubt it. What do you guys think? Omega? Yes, no? Give me a 1 into the chat if you think we're going to see Omega. Give me a 2 into the chat if you think we won't see Omega because her voice is annoying. Just kidding. She's not that annoying, but that was funny when that was a meme. Austin says, maybe Thrawn will kill Morgan Elsbeth. I don't see why he would do that, though. Just because she's the reason that he can get back. 2. I see a bunch of 2s. Yeah, you guys don't think... All right, you guys don't think she's coming. Okay, that's a pretty common consensus right there. We don't have to pull that up. Okay. Kumar says, do you think... what do you think about the Enoch character? Okay, so let's go over the Enoch character. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Enoch? Yes, no, maybe so. Enoch was this rumored character to be the bodyguard of Thrawn, as it was described. He's supposed to have a gold face, and we don't know anything else about the character. Now, it's very intriguing because he's supposed to be a bodyguard of Thrawn. Why does Thrawn need a bodyguard? Unless he has the Force. I think he could be a Force sensitive, maybe a Sith, maybe something along those lines. It's possible. It is possible. But I do think the Enoch character is very intriguing, Kumar. Yeah, 100%. Dominic says if those Enoch leaks are true. Yeah, I'm hoping they're true. I hope he's a real character. That'd be nice. Finn says, I really hope they bring back Thrawn's theme piece of music from Rebels. That was some chilling villain music. Yeah, I mean, Thrawn's theme in Rebels is some of the, well, that's the thing. It probably will be the same theme just because we see Sabine and she gets the same theme. And it's the same guy. The same guy who did the music for Rebels and Clone Wars is doing the music for the Ahsoka show. Kevin Kinner or whatever the hell his name is. He's very, very good. Yeah, the organ. The organ sounds amazing. Nico says, maybe on Mount Tantus we could see Palpatine. Ooh, interesting. Maybe that's where he gets the clone army. That could be true too, Catspaw. Maybe. Yeah. Honey Badger says, if anybody gets cloned, it should be Ezra or Kanan. I doubt, maybe Ezra. Ezra is going to be very, very powerful when we see him. Let's make that the next poll. So let's end this poll. We got 38 votes on that poll. That's absolutely crazy. You guys are awesome. 89% of you, again, that doesn't add up to 100. I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand. But 89% of you guys do think we will see Clone Wars flashbacks tonight, which is insane. Absolutely insane. But let's start up a new poll that says, I don't even know what I was just about to make this poll. What was I just talking about? I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. Had something to do with Ezra, yeah. Do you think we will see Ezra Bridger tonight? Yes or no? What do we think? What do you think? Yes or no? Where was I? Friggin' says, Thrawn creates a cowardly, bitter clone of Luke named Luke, and that's who this is in The Last Jedi. Well, that would be a little bit different, and that would make a lot of fans probably even more upset, honestly, if that's the truth. If Luke Skywalker was a clone the whole time in the sequels, that would suck. That would probably be even worse, honestly. Cat's Paw says, I'm pretty sure Kanan was vaporized. Yeah, Kanan's gone. He's definitely gone. He's gone for real. 100%. Yeah. Katja says, the Usalamari are in Thrawn's books, right? Are they? Are they in the canon books or are they only in the Legends books? I'm not too sure. Kumar said, I can't remember. I mixed those books too much. Kumar says, Anakin and Ahsoka need to talk about Annie and Balin's mysterious relationship. True. Thrawn and Anakin's relationship from the books most intriguing, in my opinion. And of course, him turning to Vader. Yeah, so they have a lot of stuff to talk about. And their trauma. Yeah. So that's a very good point you bring up there, Kumar. Anakin knows Thrawn. It's true. In canon books, he has had full-on conversations with Grand Admiral Thrawn, meaning if Ahsoka, her whole mission here is to stop Thrawn from being heir to the Empire. She was literally about to sacrifice Ezra's life by destroying that map to stop Thrawn. So with that being said, do we think that Anakin's going to mention Thrawn? Because he's had a conversation with Thrawn. He's had a relationship with Thrawn. He even worked as Vader near Thrawn, I'm sure, during the time of the Empire. Is he going to mention Thrawn? And again, like you said too, Balin knows him. Is he going to mention Balin? What is this conversation going to be had between the two of them? Like, there's going to be a lot they need to talk about. Like a lot they need to talk about. So it'll be very, very intriguing. And I hope we get all those conversations. Anakin mentioning Thrawn, mentioning Balin, mentioning Obi-Wan, mentioning Padme and why he fell to the dark side to save her, all that stuff. I really hope we get all that. And Hayden gives us like a full-on monologue of recapping everything. Like, that would be amazing. Cat's Paw says, no, I think Mount Tantus is where the undead clone army is. I don't think so, Cat's Paw. I think they're getting the undead army from this new galaxy, from the Night Sisters. And it's going to be all the stormtroopers that were on the, what the hell's the name of Thrawn's ship? I'm completely blanking on the name. What it's on the tip of my tongue. Holy crap. Somebody help me out in the chat. God damn, I can't think of that. But all the stormtroopers, on Thrawn's ship. those will be turned into undead stormtroopers, or yeah, something along those lines. You know, the chimera, the chimera, of course. Yeah. Thanks. Where was I? Honey Badger says biggest stream yet. This is awesome. Oh my god, we hit 40. We hit 40. Is what you're trying to tell me? I did not see it hit 40. I saw 38, I think, and 39, but I did not see 40. But I trust you guys. 40 is insane. Biggest stream yet, 100%. Victor, what's up, Victor? Vitter? Mariano says, greetings from Brazil. What's up? Oh, Brazil. That's cool. I hope this episode takes the franchise away from the sequels. I think it won't be connected to the sequels that much, but it definitely will be very important for the time between the sequels and the original trilogy. Yeah. By the way, Brazil, that's pretty cool. Anybody else from anywhere far away? Anybody else not in the States of United? Finn says, they don't want to give anything away. They really don't want to give anything away. So that's why I think that this whole Mustafar thing being like neglected is not the biggest deal. I think we might actually still see Mustafar. I think we might actually still see that. Honey Badger says, no, I don't think it's Mount Tantus, but I don't think we'll see it. I don't think we'll see it towards the end of the season, maybe in the finale. It's possible. It is possible. It's possible. Dominic's from the Barbados. There you go. Anthony says, that would be the direct connection to the Bad Batch, Mount Tantus, of course, which, for all intents and purposes, represents the animated branch of the Mando-verse. That's true. So maybe I think Mount Tantus could be important. I think it could. And I think it's something nobody's talking about. I think it's something that not many people would be anticipating. I think it would be very, very interesting. Interesting for sure. For sure. Let me, okay. Let me do this one thing real quick. It'll be very cool to see if we see Mount Tantus. Mount Tantus would be amazing. For sure. J1 says, do you think that Thrawn will be first to introduce the World Between Worlds and flashbacks from Rebels? Oh, first introduced in the World Between Worlds and flashbacks from Rebels? No. I think he will be introduced in this World Between Worlds first. Yeah, I don't think it will. Yeah, I definitely don't think I think you will get Thrawn in live action first. They wouldn't do it in the World Between Worlds. That's just not what's going on here. I don't think, at least, in my personal opinion. Yeah. All right. Good Cups follow orders. You guys are the best. You guys are the best around. Finn says, we definitely need some Good Cups follow orders merch. Some cups with it, maybe. Yeah, I was thinking about like a mug with Good Cups follow orders on it. That would be awesome. We're working on the merch store. I promise we're working on the merch store. I know I'm slacking, but there's so much content to be made about the Ahsoka show that like the other stuff, like members Discord and stuff like that kind of been put on the back burner. So we're trying our best over here. We're trying our best. Big stuff going on. Anthony says, Mike, I think we're going to see Omega and Hunter, hopefully, at some point in live action. Not yet, though, since season 3 of the Bad Batch still hasn't aired. Yeah, so maybe we'll see Omega in live action, but probably not, until after Bad Batch. Thrawn doesn't need no bodyguard. I agree, Jay, but he's supposed to have one. Bernard says, bring me Mount Tantus, but please no Omega just yet. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too. Enoch could be another Inquisitor. I doubt it, Austin. I think Enoch's going to be from this new galaxy. Yeah. Finn says, always made me think it was a Dracula-esque sort of music. Oh, yeah. The Thrawn's theme? Oh, 100%. The organ? Yeah. He does kind of give off a Dracula-esque vibe. A little bit, yeah. He almost looks like Dracula in a way. ZZM says, wow, just a few hours. I know, we're just a few hours away from this, and it's going to be absolutely insane. Friggin' still on the clone Kanan thing. Hashtag Clonin. Sure. We need a score for Ezra. What does that mean? Well, right now, I said, do you think we'll see Ezra Bridger tonight? 62% of you say no. That's surprising to me. That's really surprising to me. Yeah. Finn says, when Thrawn quotes Walter White, I am the danger. I know. Yeah, maybe he will. Maybe that's his first line. Morgan Elspeth comes in and it's like, I think we're in danger. And he's like, I am the danger. Imagine. Thrawn walks in with long hair. Morgan and the crew bow down before him, and Sabine is terrified. That would be very cool. That would be an amazing scene, Dominic. If we get to see that, like, immediately they kneel down or bow down to Thrawn as soon as he enters the room, and Sabine already knows who Thrawn is, so she would absolutely be terrified. Yeah, for sure. Ezra... Oh, shit. That scared the crap out of me. What the hell was that? Jesus Christ. That just gave me a heart attack. Anybody else hear that? Did you guys get to hear that? I literally just jumped a mile in my heart. Holy crap. Whew. God, Jesus Christ. That was... I'm sweating. Oh my God. What was that? I know, right? That was so loud. Oh my God, it hurt my ears. I don't even know. I think somebody died in fantasy football. Oh my God, it's getting hot down here. I'm sweating. Getting too excited. All right. Your pal Joe says, imagine it was Rey at the end of the last episode instead of Anakin. There would be riots. Oh my God, yeah. Dave Filoni would never do that. Dave Filoni would never do that. Actually, he would probably, like, kill somebody to not let that happen. So, yeah. Yeah. 1,000%. Kumar's from the UK, Finn from the UK, Austin from USA, Joe from Canada. Nice. Anthony says, I see it this way. The Star Wars barely mentions Anakin, so the Mandoverse makes no mention of Rey Palpatine. Interesting. That's true. The minute anything alluding to Rey or the sequels, most of the fan base hurls. That's true. So you could get away with not even tying in the sequels at all. But I don't know. I think they're going to have to tie in at least like Snoke and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I don't know. We'll see. Honey Badger says, I hope that Rey is in the show and tells Anakin to tell Ahsoka to kill her in the World Between Worlds. In that way, Ben / Kylo lives on, and he is the true rise of Skywalker. That would be amazing. I mean, I'm sure that would be what people think would actually be a good way to use the World Between Worlds, is to get rid of Rey. Yeah, I'm sure. Nico says, won't Ezra be kind of irked at Sabine, though? Yeah, maybe. I mean, it took her 10 years to come get him. It's possible. It is definitely possible. But, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I don't know. I don't think he'll be mad. I mean, he's going to be wicked powerful. He's going to be overpowered to freaking no end. Like, he's going to be amazing. But I don't think he'll be mad at Sabine. I think he'll be more excited to see her. I think, like, all that stuff will kind of just go under the rug real quick, and he'll just be like, holy crap, it's you. And then they'll have a nice makeout scene, and then they'll go off screen and the General Grievous 19 says, I'm from Poland. Oh, that's cool. Friggin says, Ahsoka and Anakin will use the World Between Worlds to destroy Darth Kennedy and bring balance to the Force. There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're really talking. Now we're really talking Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I love the celebration things. Celebrate good time. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Where was I? Cat's Paw says, yes, I think Ezra will be irked with Sabine, but after he hears about her family and her thinking Ahsoka is dead, he might forgive her. I don't think he'll be mad at her at all. I think he will forgive her very easily, actually. I think he won't even be mad in the slightest. I think he won't even be mad. Copyright? What? Esbean? Oh, copywriting Esbean. Ezra Bean. Ezra Bean? Sebezra? Yeah, I think Esbean works better. All right. ZZM says, she had to know the danger when she decided to follow along, but Ezra matters more. Yeah, I mean, she obviously knew the danger. She joined the bad guys. She joined the bad guys. So, we'll see. DuffDog64, what's up, Duff says, Rey from the future. God, I hope not. Was that Monday Night Football? No, it's Tuesday. Are you ready for some football? Yeah, no. But this is the perfect time to start a People Who Love Star Wars Fantasy League. Let's do it. I know. Well, we didn't get any takers for that. I mean, let's try it again with more people here. Put a 1 into the chat if you'd want to do a People Who Love Star Wars Fantasy League. We'd obviously be starting a week late, but we could do a draft like tomorrow, as soon as tomorrow. Give me a 1 into the chat if you'd be interested in that. We do fully Star Wars theme named only, and we do stuff like that. So if you guys wanted to do fantasy, tell me. We'll see. I just didn't think anybody was interested in that because last time I asked, nobody cared. Anthony says, I heard that the Bad Batch season 3 would only have, the Bad Batch would only have 3 seasons. I thought maybe Omega would be going to turn up in Mando season 4 or Skeleton Crew or even the movie. It's possible. It is possible. ZZM says, Smoke was ruined. He could have been so much more. Oh, Snoke. Snoke was ruined. He could have been so much more. Snoke is the biggest disaster. He's the biggest disaster that is whatever. So, it's whatever. Duff Dog says, sounds like one of the Zenger's video. I don't know who that is. Zenger? I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is. Ringo says he got smoked. Yeah, what do we think about... I posted the video yesterday about the Inquisitor being Smoke. Do we think that that's going to be directly tied into this army that Thrawn's supposed to have? Do we think that these stormtroopers are going to be the same like Smoke that Marok was? Do we think that the whole like army of stormtroopers is just going to be made out of smoke like Marok was, and that was just the introduction to what we are about to see here with this army? What do we think? Your pal Joe says, there is a Dave Filoni interview where he talks about the lore of Rebels. There's an orange background. There is an orange background in the shot. Where is this interview? It is amazing. Let's look at that interview. I think I know where it is. Let's find out. Dave Filoni talks World Between Worlds. See if I can find this interview. Oh yeah, here it is. Perfect. All right. Here's where Dave Filoni talks World Between Worlds. This is exactly what I was looking for. Perfect. Let's watch this. Oh, I need volume.
The World Between Worlds, then, it's not about time travel.
Not about time travel.
It's really not about time travel at all. It's just about a place where everything comes together.
It's the goat. It's the goat right there. Look at him. He's the goat.
And you hear different things echoing throughout time. Because it's all fluid in that moment, in that place. It's not this material thing that's linear. Everything is occurring all the time.
Stuff is just moving past him. Everything is occurring at the same time. It's voices in the wind. That's what he's referring to. What's interesting is we don't see any of these portal entrances in Ahsoka when she's in the World Between Worlds. All we really see is just the path. And the path looks amazing. The World Between Worlds visually looks stunning. But we don't see any of these portals, which is interesting. I wonder if we will see any of these portals in this episode.
And Ezra is more in tune with the things that are directly related to him, like when he was on Malachor and saw Ahsoka, like when he saw Kanan die. These things reverberate to him and he understands them more. The other voices he doesn't even understand. He doesn't know those people.
Hello? Master Yoda? Obi-Wan?
They're just like the wind moving, and he recognizes some like Obi-Wan and Yoda, but he doesn't understand the context of anything that's going on. I don't know how real it actually is. I don't want to define that for people anyway.
That's very interesting. He says, I don't know how real it is. He doesn't want to define it for anybody. He doesn't even want to define that the World Between Worlds is a real place, even though we see Ezra save Ahsoka. So it's kind of crazy, but he talks about how the voices are just like wind passing by him, but he also really makes an interesting point when he says, when Ezra goes in, it's all related to Ezra. He saves Ahsoka, and he sees Kanan die. So when Ahsoka goes in, there's going to be stuff related to her, meaning Clone Wars flashbacks of her and Anakin and Obi-Wan and Rex on missions, meaning Siege of Mandalore, like we talked about. Stuff like this is what we're going to see. places where Ahsoka was is what we're going to see. So it's connected to the person who's in there, but again, it might not even be a real freaking place.
But it's not this place of gateways and doorways that you just go in and out of. Now,
No,
Ezra
it's
can
not.
pull Ahsoka into that world. But remember, she's smart enough to know that she can't leave that world through his door. She'll be destroying the natural balance and order of things. She has to go back.
What's interesting is he says she will destroy the natural balance of things. She has to go back through the portal that she came in. Now, we know that she came in the portal on Malachor 5 and or the temple of Malachor 5, and it blows up. So she has to go back to then, and she has to go into hiding for the next 2 years. So that's a very fascinating video. Dave Filoni himself, the guy who created the World Between Worlds, literally describing to us what's going on here. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on, but I think what's happening here is we're going to see flashbacks of Ahsoka Tano's life, but we're not going to see what's... I find it hard to believe that we're going to see this Mustafar fight scene anymore. I just don't see it happening. I just don't. I think we're going to see something else. We're going to see something different, to say the least. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we still do see this Mustafar fight, but I just don't see it as more likely. I don't see it as more likely. We need the whole interview. Every clip is amazing. Well, that was kind of the whole interview. But yeah, I know what you mean. We can't really watch the whole interview because it would take up the entire time, but that is his description of it, and it's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Duff Dog says, well, that's the only way that Rey would be in the show, like if Anakin was from the past. That's true. If it was Rey from the future, no, 100%. ZZ1 says, I'll bet that she's hoping Ezra will help her defeat the bad guys. Oh, Sabine, obviously. She's hoping that Ezra's going to be a big help. Ezra's going to be extremely powerful. I think we will see him tonight. I know you guys, 54% of you don't think we'll see him tonight. I think we will see Ezra Bridger tonight and Grand Admiral Thrawn. And I don't want to get my hypes too excited. I do think Thrawn is more likely, but I think Ezra Bridger, you never know. He could be right there. Could be right there. Yes, Night Sister Magic. You do think we'll see the Night Sister Magic more? Yeah. Friggin says, Thrawn's troopers reanimated. Yeah, so they're going to be brought back to life. It's going to be stormtroopers brought back to life, which is going to be freaking crazy. ZZM says, if they all smoke, you could make a infinite number. That's terrifying. Yeah, so if they're all smoke, you can make an infinite number of them. Yeah, so his army might be enormous, and the army itself doesn't really matter. They could all just die, and like there's no lives being lost. They're undead stormtroopers. It's an extensive army of just literally cannon fodder. You could just throw them at Ahsoka, like hundreds of thousands of them. It doesn't matter. Dave is the GOAT. That's true. Duff Dog says, Zenger's post. I made Star Wars characters sound crazy / other adjectives. Video where Clone Wars, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka interview characters from the World Between Worlds and kill them at the end. What? I have no idea what that is, but okay. Miguel says, I'm late to the show. How are we doing? Are we doing a watch party? I'm doing good, and yes, we are doing a watch party at 8:30. So this stream will be cut short probably in about 15-ish minutes, and we'll be doing a watch party in an hour at 8:30. We'll go for a little bit, for a half hour, and then the show will start, and we'll do a watch party then. Yes. Finn says, not many people can pull off a hat like that, but Dave rocks it. I know. The fact, literally, the guy wears a freaking cowboy hat. That's how awesome this guy is. He literally is like a dream that George Lucas created. He was like, I want an apprentice. And you know what? Make him wear a cowboy hat. Why not? And that's what Dave Filoni is. Like, he is the guy who knows all there is to know about the Force, about the World Between Worlds, about all of Star Wars. And he freaking wears a cowboy hat. I mean, like, come on. The guy's awesome. The guy's freaking awesome. Friggin says, he who controls it controls the universe. Yeah. So that's why Palpatine wants to get into the World Between Worlds in Rebels. It's because he wants to control everything. So if you can control the World Between Worlds, you can really control the whole universe. Yeah. ZZM says, I heard the World Between Worlds is just we just saw is a dream. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that this is just Ahsoka. She's unconscious. She's in the water. She's just dreaming. I don't think that's true. I think this is a different place. Now, I do think she will reappear on Cetos, where Hera is. Oh, let's talk about that for a second here. I wrote that in my notes. I haven't gone to any of my notes, by the way, but that's okay. Hera Syndulla is going to land on Cetos, where Hu Yang is, and Hu Yang and Jason and Hera, Chopper, they're all going to think that Ahsoka and Sabine are dead. They're going to think that they're dead, unless Jason is really, really powerful with the Force that we just don't even know about yet, and he can sense that they're not dead. They're going to assume that the two of them are dead. The only thing remaining of the two of them is Sabine's helmet. We got that weird shot, and I think somebody even mentioned that it was such a weird shot, that there's a weird shot in the forest where we see Sabine. It focuses on Sabine's helmet when Sabine and Shin are fighting. Focuses on Sabine's helmet. And the reason that shot is so important is because Sabine's helmet is the only thing that's left to show that Sabine and Ahsoka were there. And it's not a good sign. If Sabine just lost her helmet and thinking the two of them are still alive. Now, the only thing is there's no bodies. Their bodies aren't there. But it could mean that they were captured, could mean that they were killed and their bodies were just taken. Like, Hera's going to land on the planet and be like, okay, they're dead. Where are they? It's going to be weird. And I can't wait to see Hera's reaction for sure. The General Grievous says interesting mythical stuff. Oh, 100%. It's very interesting. Paradox theory. It is a paradox theory. How does she get to Malachor 5? Well, she goes through the portal. We see her run through the portal. When Palpatine tries to attack them with like the Sith magic, she runs through the portal. Yeah. Oh, how does she get off of Malachor 5? That's a good question. I don't know. Somehow. Yeah, there's probably some ships there from the Inquisitors that died. I don't know. Nico says, how long is the episode going to be? We don't know. Actually, there's like people have been releasing the exact times before. They haven't released the same people haven't released the exact times. It's rumored to be about 50 minutes. There's a lot of secrets going on with this episode. I don't know. The General Grievous says, I would actually prefer the flashbacks and not just a live action version of the animated scenes. Oh, the animated scenes. I hope we see something new from the Clone Wars. I agree. I think we will see something new. Whether it be on Ryloth, whether it be on Siege of Mandalore, anything like that. I think we could see something new. Duff Dog says, it's crazy, but I mentioned it because somebody mentioned killing Rey, and it reminded me of that. Oh, okay. Oh, I get you. Yeah. Austin says, maybe Ezra will be the 11th brother, another Inquisitor. Maybe Ezra has hatred in him. I'll be wrong. Yeah, I don't think you're right there. I think he's gonna be light side, I think, when we meet him. But even if he is dark side, he can't be an Inquisitor. He's in a different galaxy. Cat's Paw says, I'm Central Time, so I was confused about your time for a minute. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we're Eastern Standard Time. We need to see Zeb. I don't know. What do we think? Let's pull that up next. Let's end this poll. 37 votes on that one. Crazy. 51% of you think we won't see Ezra tonight, which is kind of crazy again, but doesn't add up to 100, but that's okay. Do you think we'll see Zeb is the new one? Here we go. Do you think we will see Zeb tonight? Or not even tonight. I'm not even going to put tonight. I'm just going to put, do you think we'll see Zeb in the show as a whole? Like, do you think Zeb's even going to be in this show? I feel like they've had opportunities to already bring Zeb in here, but I don't know. Finn says YouTube's math is not mathing again. I know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but it's not mathing. It's definitely not mathing. I don't know why. I don't know why. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I don't know why. Where was I? What the hell? Where was I? What if the episode opens with Clone Wars flashbacks? Oh, that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. That would be insane. I think we'll get Zeb in episode 6. Interesting. Interesting. Finn says, Hera needs to go get Zeb for help. I think she could go get Zeb and Captain Rex. I think we could get a younger version of Captain Rex in Clone Wars, but also an older version of Captain Rex, too. Yeah. Yipao Joe says, or a training scene with Anakin and Ahsoka. I could see that, too. A training scene like in Tales of the Jedi. That'd be cool. That would be cool. ZZM says, I'm so intrigued by Shin and Balin. I'm so sad that he died. Yeah, Ray Stevenson died. That's a bummer because his character's amazing. Like that last episode, Ray Stevenson stole the show. He stole the show. Balin was so good. And now they're going to have to kill him off or do something with his character, and it's going to be a bummer. It's going to be a bummer. For sure. We should do what episode will Zeb appear in? I think episode 6. Maybe. I think it could be this episode if it goes that far. I think it'll focus more on Anakin and Ahsoka. So maybe episode 6 or 7. Yeah. Joe says, I would love to see something like that. Like they did with the Kenobi series opening. Oh, that's true. They opened with Anakin and Obi-Wan in the flashback. That would be cool. That would be cool for sure. The General Grievous says, one of the reasons I really like Star Wars is because it has strong fantasy elements. I'm not a big fan of the pure sci-fi. Yeah, me too. I think having the mystery and the fantasy elements and not everything is like scientifically proven. Like you don't know how they go into hyperspace. You don't know like why certain things, like they can communicate through hyperspace. Like certain things just don't add up. Certain things don't work scientifically, but that's okay. It's Star Wars. That's not what's going on here. And that's why Star Wars is the best, if we're being honest. If we are being honest. I don't know. It'll be very interesting. I really hope that we do see a bunch of very, very cool things tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had to wait. If we had to wait a little bit longer to get any of these other things going on here, you know? Wait, what was it? What did that just say? Why did it scroll all the way to the bottom? Duff Dog says, Zeb in the show? Yes, please. Episode 5, probably not. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Honey Badger says, I think he'll show up at the end of the season. That's probably more likely too. The General Grievous says, I think we will see Zeb eventually, but not in this episode. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Where's the poll at? 59% of you say yes, we will see Zeb, but it doesn't say when. Sabine Badger. Ooh, interesting. Should we start up the Sabine Wars again? God, no. All right, let's get into this here. Wait, what? What the hell? Where did this go? Right now, Anakin and Tano Tuesday are both trending on Twitter. That's amazing. Amazing. Let's talk about this guy being evil, all right? I know we briefly tapped upon it at the beginning of the stream, but do you think he's evil? I know the first poll was about this, but many of you guys said no. We still heard the Vader theme, and his lightsaber doesn't really look like Anakin's lightsaber. He's in the Revenge of the Sith outfit. It's not the way we saw him at the end of Return of the Jedi. What do we think here? Because we're going to get a lot of Anakin, and if the opening scene is a fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, I'll lose my shit. Anakin and Ahsoka, I'll lose my shit. Jason Ward, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, hit that subscribe. Hit that like button. What are you guys waiting for? Jesus Christ. Why is it not letting me see that? Why is it not letting me see that? Jason Ward, wait, what? This isn't the Jason Ward of... Oh, okay, never mind. Jason Ward. Jason Ward, you're not the pro hockey player, are you? No, just kidding. Jason Ward, is this making Star Wars as Jason Ward? Jason, are you in the chat? Jason? Dominic says, I honestly believe that this episode will be more Anakin and Ahsoka than anything else. I doubt we will see Ezra and Thrawn today, maybe next week for sure. I disagree. I think it will be a lot of Anakin and Obi-Wan. Anakin and Ahsoka. I think it will be a lot of Anakin and Ahsoka, flashbacks, all that stuff. But I do think we will see Thrawn, like 100%. Maybe it's the end of the episode, maybe not, but I think it will be Thrawn. Duff Dog says, Star Wars is fantasy set in space. Star Trek is sci-fi. Note that Star Wars is supposed to be set in the past and Star Trek is supposed to be set in, or is explicitly set in the future. That's true. That is true. And that's why Star Wars is better. Any Star Trek fans in the chat tonight? J1DRZ says, if Balin will survive the show, who would recast him? Who would be recast as him? I don't know. I don't know if they would do that. I think maybe they would explain the rest of his story out in animation, which would be a bummer, but that wouldn't make sense either because he would be in the movie. I don't know. It's tough. It's a very tough situation. It is. Daylight Raps says, I think he's evil because of the Vader theme, unless it's a red herring. I think the Vader theme could be explained because he's the father. Like Honey Badger has said many, many times that it could be the father because he's the balance of the Force, and it's showing both the light and the dark. It would make the most sense, I believe, if it was to be Vader. I mean, if it was to be Anakin, because he would be the father. Again, like I said at the top of the stream, it could be Anakin is the father, and it could save the Chosen One arc. Him not being in the sequel trilogy, him not being all that stuff, it could save the sequel trilogy. Or not save the sequel trilogy, but save the Chosen One title for Anakin. That's what I'm trying to say. The lunatic, oh, that's pretty funny. The lunatic, yeah, that's funny. The lunatic says, I don't like his face, and I don't like his face. And it looks like Vader's lightsaber. You don't like his face? I think this is perfect. I mean, literally the CGI or the deepfake, whatever you want to call it, is perfect here. Like, absolutely perfect. Sorry, I got completely thrown off, guys, because Jason Ward just subscribed. And are you in the chat, Jason? Because Jason Ward is the guy who runs Making Star Wars, so it threw me off. Threw me off completely. The General Grievous says, I'm not sure about this Anakin, to be honest. I know, I go back and forth. Literally all week I went back and forth. At first I was like, it's definitely just Anakin. It's definitely just Anakin. Force goes to Anakin, whatever you want to call it. Anakin. But I've gone back and forth. It could be an evil version. When does this show start? Jesus Christ. An hour till our next stream, but we got an hour and a half till the episode. Hour and a half till the episode. Dan says, Anakin is Darth Maul reborn. Yeah. Yeah. Friggin says, it's a clone of Jason Ward. # clones and yeah. Dominic says, I believe that it's Anakin after Return of the Jedi. This is why he's going to give Snips one last lesson. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's probably where I'm going to stay at too. Yeah. Cat's Paw says, Anakin is the father and the gatekeeper of the world between worlds. That would be amazing. If he is the father, if he is on Mortis or in the world between worlds, and that explains why he's not in the sequel trilogy, that would be amazing and be a great explanation. It would help a lot of fans understand what the Chosen One arc really was. Duff Dog says, I like Star Trek back in the day, but I'm more of a Star Wars fan. There you go. Daylight Rap says, I would love if Anakin took the place of the father, but who is going to be the son? The son could be Darth Maul. Honey Badger, shout out to Honey Badger. He loves that theory. Could be Darth Maul. Ahsoka would be the daughter. Darth Maul would be the son. I did hear somebody bring this up, and it would be devastating. It would be devastating. But what if they put in Anakin as the father, the son is Ben Solo, and Rey is the daughter? God, please no. Please no. No. ZZM says the sequel trilogy should be burned and get a new one. But that'll never happen. Yeah, that'll never happen. Honey Badger says, I think that's what it is. Dave is going to make it known that Anakin is the Chosen One and reveal him as the father of Mortis tonight, which will explain why he's been absent since the prequels and the original trilogy. Yeah, that's probably most likely. General Grievous says Anakin is the father. Yep. ZZM says he could be good and then see sand and younglings and start to go dark side again. Could be. I actually do hope that Anakin, like, if he brings up anything, I hope he brings up Padme. I want more mention of Padme. Padme is the reason he fell to the dark side, and we need more of that. We need more of that. More of that. For sure. Wait, what the hell? For sure. Let me do that. What are you do? Let me do what I want to do. Why are you not letting me do what I want to do? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's better. That's better. Okay. Where was I? The Lunatic says, we need Maul Dark Side Spirit in episode 6. I think you could actually see Maul in this episode. If you're going to the Siege of Mandalore, like we talked about earlier, if Siege of Mandalore is one of the flashbacks, getting Darth Maul, imagine, like how crazy is Dave Filoni going to go? How crazy is Dave Filoni going to go? The episode he directed in Mando Season 2, it was Ahsoka. It was Ahsoka's first time in live action. He went crazy with it, did amazing. Also, he threw in there that Baby Yoda's name was Grogu, and that he was at the Jedi Temple during Order 66 and trained there. That was his first, like, real episode of Dave take the reins and go. Then in Book of Boba Fett, his episode is Luke Skywalker has a conversation with Ahsoka Tano, is training Grogu. There's a whole training sequence. You have Mando and Cad Bane introduced into live action. All this crazy stuff. That's his Book of Boba Fett episode. Now it's his own show. This whole entire thing is his own show, but this is his episode. This is the coup de grace. This is Dave Filoni's baby right here. Episode 5. He's directing it. It's Rosario Dawson's favorite episode. It's probably going to be all of our favorite episodes. How big is he going to go? Is he going to go bigger than Luke and Ahsoka training Grogu with Cad Bane's first live action appearance, with Mando, with all that stuff? Like, obviously, it won't be those same characters, but is he going to go bigger than that? World Between Worlds and Anakin Skywalker in the last episode was already enormous, but I feel like I can't even fathom how big Dave Filoni can go in this episode. I don't know. It might be huge. It might be enormous. It might be huge. Dan says, Anakin will be just a surprise. Nothing. Wait, what? Will just be a surprise. Nothing we think like Marok. Sure. Honey Badger says, Anakin is the father, Ahsoka is the daughter, and Darth Maul is the son. Thanks for the credit. Of course, you were the first one to say it. Friggin says, who the fuck is Rey? There you go. There you go. Cat's Paw says, Darth Maul as the son sounds like a good incarnation. Yeah, I agree. I think Darth Maul would be a great version of the son, because the son has to be evil and has to have been evil his entire life. Daylight Recap says, first time watching, subscribed. Oh, thanks, Daylight. Thanks. I don't know why it didn't show up on my end. It only showed me that Jason Ward subscribed. Unless it's just being stupid and won't show me anything. I don't know. But thanks again. Thanks again. Bruce says, your sword, please. We don't want to make a mess of things. Who said it and when? Your sword, please. We don't want you to make a mess of things. Or we don't want to make a mess of things. I don't know. It's not ringing any bells. Austin says, maybe Darth Maul Force Ghost? Yeah, I don't think so. Sith can't really be Force Ghost. ZZM says, I can't wait to learn more about where Grogu comes from. Yeah, me too. What if, like, Yoda's home world is in this new galaxy as well? That would be wild. Friggins says, if we get Maul, it will most likely just be the voice, among others in the World Between Worlds. That's true. When Ezra enters the World Between Worlds, you hear Yoda, you hear Obi-Wan, you hear Kylo Ren, you hear Rey. Like, is Ahsoka going to hear all those voices too? Like, just the wind blowing past her like there were in wherever? Cat's Paw says, Dave is blowing my mind as it is. Just get KK out completely. I know. I really hope KK is fired. Now, I think she will leave on her own terms, but maybe after the Ahsoka show, she'll go out on a high, because Ahsoka's going to be a huge win for Disney, and maybe that's the case. Maybe. General Grievous says, Dave Filoni is great. Oh, 100%. Honey Badger says, Maul is a Dothamirian. I don't know if that's what they call themselves, but yes. So he could easily come back through the way that Marok was with the Night Sister magic. That's true. That could be true. 2 or 3, but it was Dooku. What? Dooku in episode 2? 2 or 3, but it was Dooku? What are you talking about? Bruce says, it was Count Dooku greeting Anakin and Obi-Wan in the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, right before their duel. Oh, you're talking about the... Oh, your swords, please. You don't want to make a mess of things. Ah, yes. Indeed. All right, let's end this poll. Let's see where this was at. If you guys think that Zeb will be in this season at all, 54% of you say yes. ZZM says, are people here divided on Obi-Wan? I really enjoyed it, but Filoni could have made it better. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I enjoyed it when I watched it. There's so many problems with it. Reva, the Grand Inquisitor, all that stuff are big problems, but there is goodness to the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and that finale alone is very, very good. Is very, very good. But I think a lot of people are divided on it, for sure. But I am going to have to get on out of here. We have to get prepared for the next stream, which is at 8:30. So come back in about 55-ish minutes. 55-ish minutes, we'll be doing another live stream for the Ahsoka watch party. Guys, you're not going to want to miss this. Watch it on the biggest screen you can possibly watch it on. And, of course, watch it along with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be a blast, okay? It's going to be a blast. Friggin says, I think Obi-Wan series was the worst Star Wars content ever. Oh, I'm not that far on it. I'm not that far bad on it. Finn says, Obi-Wan should have been a movie. That's true. That's true. Bruce says, here we go, guys. May the Force be with us all. Oh, yeah. Last couple episodes of Kenobi were good, but Reva's storyline sucked. Very true, too. General Grievous says, thank you for your stream. No, thank you guys for being here. We broke all kinds of records tonight, and it's all because of you. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for sticking around. Smash a like. Hit that subscribe. Become a member. Do all that fun stuff. You guys are the best. I mean, amazing. We broke absolute records tonight. Thank you for the hearts as well. And all kinds of records being broken. Let's break them all again in about an hour. Let's watch this amazing episode. And even if you don't want to watch it along with me, once the episode's over, once you're done with the episode, come back into the chat and give your input. We're going to be talking about it probably for like 30 minutes to an hour at least after the episode ends. So if you can't watch along with me, at least come into the chat and have some fun with it after. All right? Smash a like on this video if you liked it. Hit subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. All right, I'm gonna get on out of here, get ready for that next stream. I'm gonna bring the popcorn out and get extremely excited for this episode coming up. So may the Force be with you always. Where is that stupid button? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding? Where is this stupid button? There it is. Got it. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. Greatest community in the frickin' world. Holy crap. What a great stream. What a great show. See you guys in about 50 minutes-ish, give or take a few minutes, at 8:30 for the next stream. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody. Till 8:30.